Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. Morning edition. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this entirely AI-generated video.
Good morning, dear viewers. I am your news anchor, Xander Voxius III. Thank you for tuning into the Future of News, AGNDD Intellireport. As always, I will be assisted by my valued AI-generated colleagues in summarizing the news. Without further ado, here are the headlines of the day. 5 types of cancer screenings and key information. Man loses weight by intentionally raising blood sugar. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner resolve child custody case. Hollywood writers end historic strike with studio deal. Radiator leak detected on the ISS. Ben Simmons impresses in Nets preseason opener. And more, but first let's take a look at this day in history.
October 11th in history. October 11th, 1138. A massive earthquake strikes Aleppo. It is one of the most destructive earthquakes ever. October 11th, 1311. The peerage and clergy restrict the authority of English kings with the ordinances of 1311.
Today's obituaries. Pauline Jani was a Zimbabwean netball player who recently passed away at the age of 34. She represented Zimbabwe at the international level and was a key member of the team that participated in the 2019 Netball World Cup. Cal Wilson was a New Zealand comedian and voice actress. She was well known for her role in Kitty Is Not a Cat. Sadly, she passed away at the age of 53. Throughout her career, she achieved success in stand-up comedy, television and radio, and was highly respected in the industry. Kathyayani Amma, a 101-year-old woman from India, became a national celebrity after passing a literacy examination with top marks at the age of 96. She received awards and recognition for her achievement, and her story inspired a documentary called Barefoot Empress. Sadly, she passed away at the age of 101. Wilf Billington, 93, English footballer who played for Workington and Blackburn Rovers. The announcement of his death was made on this date. Terry Dishinger was an American basketball player who played for various teams such as the Chicago Zephyrs, Detroit Pistons and Portland Trail Blazers. He recently passed away at the age of 82. Dishinger was not only a skilled athlete but also an Olympic champion, having won a gold medal in 1960. Brendan Malone. Brief Wikipedia summary. Brendan Malone, an American basketball coach known for his stints with the Detroit Pistons and Toronto Raptors, has passed away at the age of 81. He had a long coaching career in both the college and NBA levels. Louise Merriweather. Brief Wikipedia summary. Louise Merriweather, an American author and activist, has died at the age of 100. She was best known for her novel Daddy Was a Number Runner and was involved in various black causes and the peace movement throughout her life. Kim Namjo was a South Korean poet, known for her dynamic use of language and imagery to depict human emotions, especially the theme of love. She published several poetry collections and received numerous awards for her work. She passed away at the age of 96 in 2023. Ola Wastberg. Brief Wikipedia summary. Ola Wastberg was a Swedish journalist, diplomat and politician who served as a Member of Parliament from 1976 to 1982. He later became the Director General of the Swedish Institute from 2005 to 2010. Wastberg passed away on October 10th, 2023, at the age of 78. Dmitry Zharikov, 47, Russian politician.
Famous people born on this day.
October 11th, 1963. Brian Rice, Scottish footballer and manager.
October 11th, 1928. Roscoe Robinson, Jr., American general, died 1993.
And now on to today's news.
General news?
Israel-Hamas war live updates. Israel mobilizes troops. Hamas armed wing warns Ashkelon citizens to leave. CNBC.
President Joe Biden confirmed that at least 11 American citizens were among those killed in the recent terrorist assault in Israel. He expressed his condolences to the affected families and stated that the safety of American citizens is his top priority. Biden also mentioned that American citizens may be among those being held hostage by Hamas, and he has directed his team to work with Israeli counterparts on hostage recovery efforts. The United States stands united against terrorism and will continue to support Israel's defense.
Hollywood writers ratify deal with studios to officially end historic strike. Yahoo Finance.
The Hollywood writers' strike has officially ended as writers overwhelmingly ratified a new 3-year agreement with studios. The deal includes increased regulations on artificial intelligence, minimum staffing requirements, streaming bonuses, data transparency, and higher health and pension contribution rates. The strike lasted nearly 150 days. Meanwhile, the actors' strike, led by SAG-AFTRA, is still ongoing as negotiations with studios continue.
Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner have reached a deal in their child custody case, according to TMZ.
Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are close to finalizing their divorce settlement. The couple has agreed to a temporary child custody arrangement, with their 2 children spending time with both parents during specific periods. Sophie will have the children in the UK from October 9th to October 21st, while Joe will have them in the US from October 21st to November 2nd. The children will then alternate between the parents until January 7th.
Which airlines paused or canceled flights to Israel after Hamas attacks? Al Jazeera English.
The first article in this text is about airlines suspending or canceling flights to Israel due to the recent attack by Hamas. Israel has responded with a military offensive on Gaza, resulting in a high death toll.
A radiator circuit on the International Space Station is leaking. CNN.
The Russian space agency Roscosmos is presently examining a coolant leak on an external backup radiator of the Nauka module on the International Space Station, ISS. NASA has confirmed that the primary radiator is functioning normally and the crew members are not in danger. This incident adds to a string of mechanical difficulties that Roscosmos has faced in low Earth orbit over the past year, including coolant leaks on a Soyuz spacecraft and a Russian Progress vehicle.
Supreme Court declines to hear case challenging FDA authority to reject flavored e-cigarettes. CNBC.
The Supreme Court has declined to hear arguments in a case challenging the FDA's authority to reject approvals of flavored e-cigarettes. The case, brought by Avail Vapor, argued that the FDA unfairly denied its product applications without adequate notice of changed requirements. The FDA has the power to deny applications for flavored e-cigarettes to protect public health and discourage younger people from smoking.
Business news.
China is considering implementing fresh stimulus measures and increasing its deficit in order to achieve its growth target. This news was reported by Bloomberg.
China is considering raising its budget deficit for 2023 to unleash a new round of stimulus to meet its official growth target. Policymakers are weighing the issuance of at least 1 trillion yuan of additional sovereign debt for infrastructure spending. An announcement may come this month.
PepsiCo beats Wall Street estimates, raises earnings outlook. CNBC.
PepsiCo reported quarterly earnings and revenue that exceeded analysts' expectations and raised its full-year earnings outlook. The company's net income and revenue increased, driven by strong performance in its North American food divisions and double-digit revenue growth in Gatorade. However, volume for PepsiCo's beverages unit declined, partly due to price hikes and reduced promotions. The company plans to relaunch Mountain Dew Baja Blast and expects organic revenue growth of 4-6% and core earnings growth in the high single digits for 2024.
Treasury yields fall as investors seek safe havens amid Israel-Hamas conflict. CNBC.
The first article discusses how U.S. Treasury yields fell as investors sought the safety of government bonds amidst concerns about the Israel-Hamas conflict. The article also mentions hints from Federal Reserve officials about the outlook for interest rates, with the odds of another rate hike in November decreasing. Additionally, the International Monetary Fund raised its U.S. growth forecast for 2023.
Technology news.
Samsung has joined Google in criticizing Apple for its lack of support for RCS, according to The Verge.
Samsung has released a video supporting Google's hashtag #GetTheMessage campaign, urging Apple to adopt RCS, a protocol that improves messaging features. The video portrays a Romeo and Juliet-style conversation between two users who are kept apart due to one user's green bubbles, symbolizing Android users.
Man lost 12 pounds in a month while deliberately spiking blood sugar. Insider.
Personal trainer Jordan Syatt conducted an experiment to prove that blood sugar spikes do not affect weight loss. By intentionally raising his blood glucose levels through high-carbohydrate foods while losing 12 pounds, Syatt aimed to show that people should not be afraid of eating fruit or other healthy foods. Diabetes researchers support this view, stating that blood sugar fluctuations are normal and do not cause health problems in healthy individuals.
Sports news.
Whitner roasts Prescott, Cowboys after 49ers rout, NBC Sports Bay Area.
Dante Whitner, an analyst on 49ers Postgame Live, criticized Dak Prescott's performance in the Cowboys' loss to the 49ers, calling him a Tier 4 quarterback and stating that he does not view Prescott as a top-tier quarterback. Prescott had a subpar showing, throwing for 153 yards with 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions. The 49ers defense posed significant challenges for him, causing Prescott to struggle, and his passer rating fell well below the league average.
Ben Simmons passed the eye test with an encouraging performance in the Nets' preseason opener, according to the New York Post.
Ben Simmons made an encouraging return to the court after being sidelined with a nerve impingement last season. In his first preseason game, Simmons had 10 points, 3 assists, and a steal in just over 14 minutes of play. Coach Jacques Vaughn praised Simmons' performance, saying he attacked the rim and played with pace. The Nets hope Simmons can return to his old self and form a strong partnership with Mikal Bridges.
Health news.
5 types of cancer screenings and critical information to know about each, New York Post. Cancer screenings are crucial for early detection and prevention of various types of cancer. Here are 5 types of cancer screenings and some critical information to know about each. 1. Breast cancer screening. Mammogram. A mammogram is an X-ray of the breast that can detect early signs of breast cancer. Recommended for women age 40 and above, although individual risk factors may influence the starting age. Regular screenings every 1 to 2 years are advised. 2. Colorectal cancer screening. Colonoscopy. A colonoscopy is a procedure that examines the colon and rectum for any abnormal growths or signs of cancer. Recommended for adults age 45 and above, with earlier screenings for those at higher risk. Repeat screenings every 10 years or more frequently if polyps are found. 3. Cervical cancer screening, a Pap test. A Pap test involves collecting cells from the cervix to check for any abnormalities or signs of cervical cancer. Recommended for women aged 21 to 65, with different screening intervals depending on age and previous test results. HPV testing may be done along with the PAP test for certain age groups. 4. Prostate cancer screening. Prostate-specific antigen, PSA, test. The PSA test measures the level of PSA in the blood, which can indicate the presence of prostate cancer. Recommended for men aged 50 and above, or earlier for those at higher risk. The decision to undergo screening should be made after discussing the potential benefits and risks with a healthcare provider. 5. Lung cancer screening. Low-dose computed tomography, LDCT. LDCT uses X-rays to create detailed images of the lungs and detect any abnormal growths. Recommended for adults aged 55 to 80 who have a history of heavy smoking or have quit within the past 15 years. Annual screenings are advised for those who meet the eligibility criteria. Remember, early detection through regular cancer screenings can significantly increase the chances of successful treatment and survival. Consult with your healthcare provider to determine the most appropriate screening schedule for your individual circumstances.
The article discusses the importance of cancer screenings and provides recommendations for annual screenings for different types of cancers. The article also emphasizes the importance of consulting with a doctor and being aware of one's body for early detection of cancer.
Broken blood vessels on face, causes and treatments, first for women.
The article discusses broken blood vessels on the face, known as facial telangiectasia, and offers tips on how to fade them naturally. It explains that broken blood vessels are usually caused by chronic sun exposure or other factors, such as thinning of the skin, pregnancy, or certain medical conditions. The article suggests using natural astringents like apple cider vinegar or witch hazel, as well as aloe vera gel, to help hide red veins and improve the appearance of the skin.
What is cardiovascular kidney metabolic syndrome? What to know? Healthline.
The American Heart Association, AHA, has recently issued a new advisory concerning a condition known as cardiovascular kidney metabolic (CKM) syndrome. The advisory offers updated guidelines on screening, stages, and treatment of this syndrome, which involves links between cardiovascular disease, obesity, type 2 diabetes, and chronic kidney disease. The AHA aims to improve the management and prevention of CKM by promoting coordinated health care and taking into account social determinants of health. Furthermore, the AHA suggests the utilization of novel algorithms to assess an individual's likelihood of experiencing a heart attack or stroke.
Entertainment news.
Title: Wilco evicted, Jimmy Kimmel live.
Bert Kreischer discovered that his daughter smoked weed while he was enjoying a meal with Snoop Dogg on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Now, a couple of dad jokes for you.
What is this movie about? It is about 2 hours long. Why does it take longer to get from first to second base than it does to get from second to third base? Because there's a shortstop in between. Why does Norway have barcodes on their battleships so when they get back to port they can Scandinavian?
Thank you for watching this AGNDD Intellireport. Like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers.